Oh
dance
my
party
God.
instead of podcast. It should be called a dance party.
I know. Oh my God, guys. I have an amazing, beautiful friend of mine, shideh. How are you doing today, shideh?
I'm doing great. I'm living the dream. Peachy.
Fuck. Fuck yes. How was your weekend?
It was fantastic. I got to hang out with some amazing women yesterday, and we did the Mud Girl race here in Arizona.
Ooh.
Yeah, so Mama got covered in head to toe in mud, but they had like this empowerment moment before we started, and it was just we set our intentions for the race and the day, and it was magical, beautiful. It's like such a great sisterhood. I loved it. I want that to be every day. Every day.
Of
You got the
course.
ADD me today. I ate some chocolate chip red velvet bundt cake not too long ago
Ooh,
for
that
breakfast.
is
Oh, yeah.
yummy.
Yeah, we made it. My son and I made it the other day.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, I love me some real velvet, girl.
See, if you were here, I would bring some over to you. We bake and then we take it to our neighbor. We have these two neighbors who are older gentlemen who are widowed, and so like whenever we bake something, like there's extras, we put it in little Tupperware dishes and take it to them and just share the love. So if you were here, we would share the love with you. Not that you're older, elderly, or widowed. That's not it. Everyone else's young families, they don't want our baked shit.
Oh, oh my God, that is so fucking beautiful.
Aw,
Oh,
thanks.
thank you for doing that, man. That
Yeah.
really goes a long way in their lives too, you know. Just bringing
Well,
that over to them.
and it's so cute because one of my neighbors now keeps, I don't know what he's nesting like I've never seen a man nest before in my life. And he keeps like bringing over glassware that he wants me to have and like
Oh
clothes that
wow.
from his late wife that he wants me. It's like the sweetest thing. Like
Oh.
it's actually very sweet that he wants me to have those things. And we have kept some of it, but honestly, it's been a lot. Like two dining room tables full of glassware. I'm like, I don't even know where to put this stuff. But I've made sure that they went to really good, thoughtful homes
Oh
so that
wow.
to
Oh, thank you. I
yeah,
thank you
give
for
you
sharing that
parents
experience
responses
with
too.
me. That leads me to my next question, Shide. What does Shide love to do for fun?
Hmm. What do I like to do for fun?
Ooh, ooh,
Right here.
check her
Not
out.
to make you stare at my
Miss
boobs,
Sudoku.
but
Oh wow. Music lover mix. Oh, okay, 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 girl.
but that's just some of it. I mean, this is a complex human being. There's a lot. I mean, honestly, I don't think there's a lot that I would say no to.
Okay.
Uh, maybe my husband went to some really podunk grassroots country banjo playing concert one night, and he's like, "Do you want to go?" I'm like, "Who is it?" And I had never heard of him, so he played the song for me. I'm like, "Yeah, maybe you should take someone else to that. Maybe you should go with one of your friends." And I normally don't say that, so yeah, there's not a lot I say no to. What about you? What do you like to do for fun? Tell me a little bit about what you like to do. You always ask all of us on your podcast. Share with us. Come on, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Uh, what do I love to do for fun?
Mhm.
Honestly, love to connect with people. That is top tier. I love to travel. I love exploring Earth.
Okay, are there any
And
travels in particular? Like, are you more of like a city person? You want to check out culture? You want to be by the water? Like, do you like to travel by land, air, sea? Like, what is it that you like to do?
um, that's a great question. I don't have like well, I would say air is my favorite preference because I get there faster.
Yeah.
But for me, travel is less about the destination and is more about the experience for me. So like, you know, I'm connecting with new people, trying new food. So it's not about, oh, I'm going to see this amazing. It's like, oh my God, I'm going to experience Chicago. I'm going to experience Finn. I'm going to experience Maui. Like for me, that's what is more about than any other thing. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what travel
No,
is to me.
that makes sense. It makes complete sense. Where's the next big destination? Where's the next trip that you're going to? What you got on your books?
That's a great question. I don't have any for now, but what I did in the
What?
past 12 months, so like a year ago, I set an intention because I'm also very big on like inner child, reconnecting with my inner child, and I set an intention every month for 12 months. I travel to somewhere different. I did that. I started in October
Yeah,
last year, and actually just and the last place I went to was Montreal, and I did that every month. I don't. It could be like a city over. It doesn't even have to be
yeah,
like a very long or far destination, but I made sure that I traveled to somewhere new. And for me, apart from the inner child reconnecting, I'm very big on like, brain science. It has a way travel has a way of rewiring your brain.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't feel stuck because, for me it's a way of my brain experiencing something different. Okay, and I get to meet new people. So yeah, I don't know if that answered your question.
No, I think that's awesome. So why stop after a year? Why not continue that? Good for your
Because
soul. Like I feel like it's energized. Not that you needed any more energy, but we always could use more energy. We could always have this surplus stored somewhere.
well, you're right. So recently, nothing has really come up because all those 12 places that I went to in the past year, I always allow my inner child to pick the place. So the nudge for the next 2 months is just stay. Just, it's more like a resting. So until I get a nudge, I haven't gotten, and I don't want to logically go somewhere. It
Yeah, yeah,
has to
yeah.
come from like an intuitive space. But that's why.
So, I just thought of something. You said, like, until I have that nudge, until and then you're wearing yellow today. And I said something about your shirt before we started. And now I'm like, you have found the inner golden Buddha in you. And that is your yellow shirt.
Oh, speaking of Buddhas, I do gotta share this because I know I've told you this before, but I have to share it. The first time I met Shideh and we connected, she told me about placement of different Buddhas in her space. Shide actually was one that inspired me to actually go get like really nice big ass Buddhas, and I placed it in my apartment. So I just thought I share that again. I
Okay,
just want
so since you said that, hold that thought.
okay.
I got, someone bought me this, and it's really cool. It kind of goes Buddha-esque, but it's not a Buddha.
Oh my
How cute
gosh,
is he?
this
He's like the
is
cutest thing ever.
oh my, this is beautiful. The elephant.
He's like my elephant Buddha. Yeah,
Oh,
I thought I would
speaking.
share that too.
Thank you so much for sharing that. You know what? Speaking of elephant, I went to Chicago probably in July. I don't know if you've been to the Chicago Art Institute before.
Not in a very long time.
Oh, okay. When next you go to Chicago, go to the Chicago Art Institute downtown. They
Okay.
have this massive Buddha statues, but I'm telling you, girl, you should check it out.
My heart's skipping a beat over here.
But I think they had this big ass elephant. I can't remember the name of the god or whatever, but it had this big ass ears. And it really, I'll probably send it to you after this call. It really drew me in, and I was so curious about what that stood for. I think it's
Yeah.
Ganesh or something. I don't remember. I
Oh,
looked it
yeah,
up
yeah,
on
yeah.
ChatGPT.
Yeah,
I'll
you're
send it
right.
to you, right? And after that, and I kept sitting with that image, I started to imagine myself when I'm meditating. I imagine myself as an elephant. So listen more and speak less. That's the wisdom that I got from the elephant. So just listen more and speak less. So that thank you for reminding me.
Maybe this needs to sit on my desk when I'm talking to my husband and kids. Listen more and speak
And
less.
speak less.
They
So
would love
yeah.
that.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, I get in
Thank
trouble a
you.
lot less. I'd get in trouble a
Sorry?
hell of a lot. I would get in trouble a hell of a lot less.
Because we actually do get to hear more when we speak less. At least from my experience, though. There's so much power in silence.
Yeah, and I think when you listen, you get to really learn about a person. I think
Mm,
it's right.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's so easy to sit there and go on your soapbox or soliloquy about yourself and who you are and what you like and your tirade about your day if you're having a bad day and all this. But, you know, I love, I cringe sometimes when my kids, when I ask them, how was your day? And they're like, oh, it's okay. Or I don't know. That's the best answer I
Mm.
get. I don't know. I'm like, you don't know? Did you have an out of body experience or something? You weren't there. But then, like, I cringe when they can't reciprocate it back. When they don't know how to say, how was your day? It's like, dude, you're
Mm.
so out of touch. Like,
Yeah.
ask, learn, figure people out. Like, know, read the room, you know,
Read the room.
read the
That,
room.
yeah, that comes with wisdom.
How do we teach it to this next generation? Did you know that this is where we were going this morning? Let's come up with a plan. Do you want to hear how my morning started? Can I share with
Ah,
you?
please.
Took my husband's car into the shop and I ordered an Uber to bring me back home. And I met such an amazing driver. This guy
Mm.
has two kids in college. We started talking about economics. Come to find out, he has his master's degree in economics and is head of a department here in Arizona and
Oh,
Phoenix. But
wow.
he's Uber driving to make extra money to help his kids pay for their college so when they
Oh,
graduate, they
wow.
don't have all this debt, right? Yeah. And then we started going down this rabbit hole of the economics of healthcare and this and that without touching politics and
Mm.
listening and respecting each other's
Yes.
viewpoints and opinions and thinking about what the other person said.
Yeah.
What an enlightened conversation. What an amazing way because we don't have that anymore as a society, as a culture, as a country. I feel like we don't listen to the other person.
Mm.
We want them to be exactly like us, and if they're not, we're just going to keep talking at them until we make them into us. And then from that amazing human, I got to come here and sit with you, amazing human. This is going to be the best day. I
Ever.
love
Oh
it.
my God. Speaking of human beings, I wanted to ask you today, from your perspective, what does it mean to be a human without conditions?
Oh, without conditions. That's the key. I think I think as humans, we all need to give ourselves grace to not be perfect and not strive for perfection. I have OCD and ADD, and I think I strive for perfection in my home, making sure it's clean, it's organized, it's everything. But I also realize in life I have learned to let go of perfection and just be and accept for faults. I think that's something that we need to all grasp, especially today in today's world in which we're living, we're raising children, we're having families. I think it's really important to, I don't know, just allow ourselves to be, give other people grace. Give other people grace and understanding that, you know what, they're going to make mistakes. They're not perfect. And being human is we try to be the best versions of ourselves. We try to see people for who they are,
Yeah.
listen as they're telling us and sharing
Yeah.
with us who they are or their struggles or their pain points, trying to figure out sometimes how we can help people, not necessarily when they come and ask us for help, but maybe seeing that
Mm.
someone is struggling and silently and maybe even anonymously trying to
Yeah.
help them. I think we are in a society now that everyone wants acknowledgement. Everyone wants to be seen, but not seen as a human, seen for how amazing they are in terms of, wow, look at me, look at all the cool things I've done, look at how fantastic I am, look at my success, look at how popular I am. And that's not, I don't know. I feel like, and I'm sure I'm going to be met with resistance if some people watch us later. They'll be like, this girl's cuckoo. It's okay.
That's okay.
But being human is like, hey, if you know someone's struggling, like check in.
Yeah.
And I'll check in with people. Like I'll send a text message. I'll email if I haven't emailed in a while. Um, I just and there's been times when I've connected people thinking, oh my God, this person's got to meet this person. Like has to happen. I know you've done that too. You've done that for me. But I'll tell you this one time. Someone turned to me and said, why did you introduce me to this person? I have so many friends. I don't need to make another friend. I was like, whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. Like, what the fuck?
Literally.
Really? And but that's part of being human. Like I don't know. I went off on a tangent.
That's
What is
okay.
your definition? Tell me yours. Oh, she's getting Ganesh to help her out through this. You were
Uh,
like you were resembling my not that you're an elephant, but he's getting
I
ready
am an
to be
elephant, goddammit. I don't know
smart,
for
you know.
my perception of being human without condition is my experience that I have standing under the sun.
Mm,
The sun just shines regardless of who you are, regardless of your religion, your skin color. It doesn't care. It just shines on you.
yeah,
You don't need to earn the rays from the sun. It just shines.
yeah,
So for me, that is my definition or my perspective on how I see being human without conditions. I truly feel that's unconditional love. So I'm gonna go extreme. I don't care if you killed someone yesterday. I don't care if you stole from the grocery store. I like
yeah.
that's what the song gives us. And I know that can be challenging to embrace as human beings, but that's what it means to be a human without like loving people just the way they are. Some people are annoying as fuck. I get it.
Oh
Trust me.
yeah, girl.
But it's just for me it's no just having that, remembering that what the just being under the sun and just loving people just the way they are, and also remembering everyone I interact with is an aspect of myself. It's me. It's unconditional love. That took me a while to grasp, because the
Yeah,
moment I say you separate from me because you believe in that, or you nah, I've lost the plot. And
right.
every human being that I am interacting with is an aspect of myself. And I mean that from a space of unconditional love. So that for me is being a human being without condition, just loving people just the way they are. I'm not trying to change them. No, 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 no. Just love them. That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay, so
that's
what do
my
you
definition.
do? What do you do? Here we go. What do you do when you're met with someone that you see them that way, right? You love them unconditionally. And you do. Like, girl, you are all about giving the love. Like, you make so many deposits into people's accounts and in their hearts. Like, you are a bucket filler through and through and through. What do you do when you're constantly met with someone who does not fill your bucket? What do you do with that person when they're in your space in your life? Do you constantly give them forgiveness, or how do you handle that? That's a tough question. I didn't prepare you for that.
Um, I send them love. So once I see someone, so this is how I approach a situation like that. Anyone who is projecting their fear or their limiting beliefs on other people, let's just say me, I know that if I peel back those layers, there's just this child wanting to be seen and heard.
Yeah.
I intuitively know, I don't care who you are. I intuitively know that. So from my experience, as much as I can, I hold space of love, and and love that doesn't need no. You don't need to earn the love, and the more I hold space, the limiting beliefs, the projections, they melt, they soften. they soften, and it's easier for my heart to connect with them, because I truly feel like regardless of who we are, our belief system, if you approach people from a space, no intention, like, no trying to no, I mean, from a space of love, kindness, and compassion, there's a way they soften, regardless of how you guys see the world differently. I've done it over and over and over and over again. Like, okay, this person sees the world this way, right? But I
Right.
know that if I just approach them with some compassion and kindness and see past their pain, see past their fear, there is that child that wants to be seen and be like, I see you. I love you. Don't explain anything to me. Because like, oh my God, you see me? Yes, I do. And they just kind of soften. That's how I approach it.
You know what you need to do? You need to put together a fuck curriculum. Well, let me rephrase that because that could, if someone just saw that one piece, that comes across really wrong. But like the whole mind fuck, like it needs to be like a curriculum and you need to teach other people so that it spreads the sunshine, the rays, because it's not raining everywhere in this world. But we all need a little Wanu in our lives, a little bit of
Oh,
amazing soul.
thank you so much. I really, really appreciate this today. I
Seriously.
do. It leads me to my next question. This is more about you, girl.
Oh.
So we're gonna play an imaginative game right now.
Okay, let's go.
So
I'm not
Shide
gonna.
and Wanu. So Shide and Wanu are in a room right now, and 5-year-old Shide walks up to you. What are you gonna tell her?
Mm. 5-year-old. So it's gonna be really funny. Hold that thought.
Okay.
You didn't know this was show and tell, did you? 5-year-old me
Oh,
is
your
literally,
hair. Oh.
but she's here with me. And so I will tell you, I learned um, through this methodology a long time ago to, have you ever heard of positive intelligence?
Say that again.
Have you ever heard of positive intelligence?
No, please explain. I haven't heard of it before.
Okay, so I'm not well versed in it much anymore because I don't practice it as much anymore. I'm gonna say that. But it's called PQs. PQs is you sit and you like rub your fingers together before you have to do something that's going to cause you anxiety, or you have breathing techniques that they teach you to get through things. There's little things, little tips and tricks, but throughout the day you set your intention every day and you listen to this. There's like this app and it kind of walks you through stuff. Anyway, one of them was to have a picture of your 5-year-old self that you look at every day and help remind you that everyone has a 5-year-old self, and to try and look at everyone as a 5-year-old version of themselves, and to be gentle and kind. And I'm not going to say that I'm always that person, because if you ask my husband and my kids, I'm not. But I allow myself grace to realize that I'm not perfect and
Yeah.
I mess up. Like I got in a fight the other day with my son. We were arguing about something and I went in and apologized to him and he was holding a grudge and not really wanting to accept my apology or be accountable for his part in it. Um, so I gave him some space and I went back in his room a little while later, like an hour later. I was like, are we going to be angry at each other for a long time? Because my heart can't take that. Like I don't want to be angry. I was like, but I want you to understand. He's like, it's okay. I understand why you're upset. I'm like, well, it wasn't okay for me to handle it that way. I could have done better, and I will try next time to do better. And
Right.
he's like, okay. I go, no, no, no. Did you hear me? It's not okay.
Mhm.
And I am going to try to do better next time. So 5-year-old Sheeta and 5-year-old Wanu are in a room, and I would probably ask you if you want to dress up and play Star Wars and be Princess Leia
Oh,
with me. And we could go see
of
Princess Leia
course
with a
I
little
would.
bun. But you would see a playful
Oh,
girl. You would see someone who, just always wants to make people happy and sees people without anything. I never had, I would like to think, and I still think my people used to joke that my friend group was like the United Colors of Benetton. Like I see no, I never saw any difference, and I always wanted to seek out those kids that were by themselves on the playground, not being played with. And I was the person who, 2 days a week in elementary school, we had a special ed department, and I would go and I would help during recess, lunch recess, instead of going out on the playground. I would go into that part of the school and I would sit and help them eat. I would eat lunch with them and help feed some of the kids, and then we'd sit and we'd play together. And you know, my friends knew not to make fun of me for doing that, because to me it was something special. I think it was, just seeing them,
Hmm.
not making fun of them. Like my kids sometimes will do that. Like they're teenage jerks
Right.
sometimes. And they'll just, and I'm like, dude, seriously, come on now. And they're like, well, it's just, I'm like, it's not funny. It's really not. Like they can't, like, you know, it's special. That's my 5-year-old self. What would you be doing? Who's a 5-year-old Wanu? Where were you
Um,
when you were 5?
that's a good question. Honestly, I do not remember. So I will tell you what happened, right? Quick story. I had a very traumatic childhood. So most of my childhood I don't remember. It wasn't until 3 4 years ago I intentionally started to, once I started to understand like the brain science, creating trust between my brain and my body, nervous system regulation. I knew that it was paramount for me to reparent my in, like I knew that that was like my primary, I won't say goal because there's really no, you never arrive, but that was like my primary intention. And I made that priority. So what I did was I started to recreate one by one, like, oh my God, Shide. I literally had to recreate what I was meant to do or going to do with my 5 year old self. For example, I craved a connection or my dad so much. So I would imagine my dad taking me to my favorite restaurant and we'll sit down and eat. Like I literally recreated. I took myself out on to the water park by myself. Imagine my 5 year old self coming down the slide. I took myself out to different beaches by myself, holding
Oh,
my 5 year old self. I mean, I went as far as when I'm going out for brunch by myself, I would imagine my 5 year old self. I was like, come on, let's go, Wanu. And I would imagine her holding my hand, sit at the back seat. And I would, when I sit in the driver's seat, I would imagine her like pulling her seat belt, like, okay, we're gonna have fun. Like, I was very fucking intentional because I knew that that child was the key to the freedom. That child was the key to the inner peace. That child was the key to the boundless joy. I knew that that child was going to help me navigate life. So that was like my top priority because I couldn't remember anything. But as I kept regulating my nervous system, slowing things down, I'm telling you, girl, I started to remember. Things started to come up from my subconscious mind. This is
yeah,
what happened to me when I was 2 years. The reason why I couldn't remember was because my subconscious mind or my brain was trying to protect me because it was so painful. It suppressed those memories for so long. It was until recent, like a few months ago, because now I'm in a regulated nervous system state,
yeah.
that the memory started to come up and it was easier for me to change my relationship with it. But that's been my journey, and it's very, that's as for me, I always say there's nothing like a regulated nervous system. Like until you feel safe in your body, I like you're gonna keep like looking outside of yourself, trying to chase the next thing. Once I started to feel regulated in my body and safe, I didn't need to travel. Like, even if I don't travel for the next 5 years, Shide, I'm
You're
at
good.
peace. I don't, there's no fear of missing out. I love to travel. Don't get me wrong, girl. I will travel to Maui in a heartbeat. But I don't, it's not a need. It's not like, oh my God, if I don't go, like I'm going to lose my mind. No, like where I am right now, if it stays the same, which I know it would not for the next year, I'm at peace with that. And it didn't happen overnight. It happened with intentionally. That inner child and feeling safe is like, oh my, well, you know this, but yeah.
I hear you, and I see that. I will tell you, so I'm going to charge you with something. You need to come up next time we get in front of the camera. You need to show me that you have a framed picture of a 5-year-old self somewhere.
Oh, that's too easy.
You have it?
Yeah, how do I flip? Can I don't know if I can. I'll show you after.
Okay.
I I have it displayed right by my bedside. It's been there for years. She's my screensaver. It's been there for I do this like, girl. This is
Oh,
my shit.
you're doing it without knowing you were supposed to be doing it. It just felt good and you did it. See?
Yeah, I do. I like. I tell every
You
time I
are
have
a
this.
golden Buddha. Ganesh would be so proud of you. I don't even know that much about Ganesh, but I do know. I think he's the Indian god who's the
Yeah,
elephant something.
yeah,
Or
yeah. I think so.
yeah,
Yeah.
he would be so
Um.
proud of you.
Yeah, girl. Like inner child. Like, man. I don't. That's the key right there. From my experience.
Yeah, I hear you.
Ah, girl.
I love
Um.
you.
I love you. Now, my second to the last question, which I
Oh,
think we already kind of touched, but I'm just going to ask you.
okay.
How does Shideh, how does compassion and kindness show up in Shideh's life, and how does that ripple in other people's lives every day in your day-to-day life?
You know, I struggle with that even at 52. I struggle with it because I feel like when I wake up every day, I do start each day not bringing forward the things from the day before. I try to reset and start each day as a new day. And I try really hard with everything in me to do for others, not expecting. And it's not my love language. It's funny, it's not my love language that I receive. I guess maybe it is. I'm more of like a touch and words love language person. Acts of service aren't necessarily my love language,
Mhm.
but sometimes some of those things when they're done in kindness, like it's something simple, like when my husband makes a cup of coffee for me and he brings it to me, like I'm touched. Like I think it's really sweet. Like it's not, a grand gesture of a gift and stuff like that, which is fine. It's just like that little something simple. Like when my kids were little and they would pick a flower and give it to me, like that warms my heart. And I have those saved. Like I've dried them in between books and I
You
have them
do?
with them. It's very special to me.
Oh,
I always dreamed of being with someone who would pick a flower and give it to me.
you are so sweet.
My boys do it. So, but I think, kindness and compassion to me is sometimes people will be like, you do too much. And it does fill my bucket as long as people don't get upset with me. I think sometimes what I try to do for others gets misconstrued. Like it's not coming across right, and maybe it's me and what I'm choosing to do for people. They don't see it as I'm helping, or they think there's an ulterior motive behind it.
Mhm.
But I really like I enjoy it. Like ever since I was in college, a good example. I used to always adopt, back then I didn't have like a lot of money. I worked and I earned money and I adopted a child for Christmas every Christmas. And it was just something I did. It's something I've done since I was 20 years old and I enjoy it. I wish I could do more of it. It just seems like Christmas time is kind of the time where there's a lot of opportunity to do those kinds of things. And you can do the angel on a tree thing and those are always good, but I like it more when I get to meet the person, when I get to make that connection with them, when I get to put a face and a personality to them and just it fills my bucket. Like it's a part of my soul, my heart that gets filled. Like if someone said to me, you have to go without any presents for the whole year and for Christmas, but we'll allow you to adopt this child or this family for Christmas and you have to give to them absolutely 100%. Like that to me is my present. that's my gift. Like that experience, that connection, that interaction means the world to me. Like I love the little things. I love making someone feel better. I like helping. Like even in my life, like I don't like seeing like my husband struggle or stressed out with work. And so I roll up my sleeves and jump in like how can I help even though I'm burning the midnight oil myself? Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Thank you so
You're
much.
like that though. I feel like you're like that too. You're
Yeah.
like, but you're like the nth degree. Like you're up here. Like I like,
Don't
ooh, I
do
want to
that.
be you.
There are no levels in this thing. You know that, Shide. We're ultimately mirroring each other.
We are. I mean, I
um,
just wish more people were like, I don't know, more people put other people first.
well, Well, you're right about that. So, but I do feel like the more we ripple that, or the more we show that, it has that ripple effect,
It does.
on other people. We might not see it, but over time it compounds. So I do
Right?
believe that. I do feel like, that happens a lot. When you show up, I show up, just one human at a time. We can shift. Yeah, about to say
Well,
something.
I was gonna say, do you remember? And I know I'm a lot older than you, so you may not remember. I think you were a lot younger then. But this was, I want to say, back in like the 90s, like 20 some years ago. Oprah Winfrey did this campaign of pay it forward. And it was like, hold the door open for someone. Someone holds the door open for you, you hold it for them. If someone
Yes.
buys you in front of you, buys you your cup of coffee, buy the cup of coffee for the person behind you, or
Yes.
pay for the toll for the car behind you. And not
Yes.
necessarily, she did it so eloquently where it wasn't necessarily if someone does it for you, do it for someone else, even. It was if
Mm.
someone does it for you, do it for someone else. But then when you're in situations where you can, do it for the person behind you in hopes that they'll do it for someone else.
Mm.
It's this
The ripple
ripple
effect.
effect, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
so it's the same with compassion and kindness. Your hope is that people will do it for other people.
Yeah.
And if you forgot to do it and someone does it for you, then it's a reminder to do it for the person next to you or behind you or whatever it is. I don't know.
Yes. Oh yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that. Um, Thank you. That actually leads me to my last question, Shide.
I thought the
We
other
all
question was your last question.
No. Nice. I said I had two. There's one more
Okay, yeah.
question, my love.
That's why.
So we all have like peak and valley moments in our lives. So
Yeah.
anytime Shide is in a valley moment, do you have any quotes that keeps you going even when the storm is still there?
I don't I don't necessarily have a specific quote. I do like quotes and I have them saved to my phone, but I'm also really bad at remembering them.
That's fine.
I'm not gonna lie. But I will say, and I know I've shared with you on some past calls, like it's the last couple of years of my life have been really difficult. In fact, there are a lot of, maybe the last couple of decades of my life have been really difficult. Um, and by difficult, I mean things that were unforeseen that I don't know, pains that I would never wish upon my worst enemy, pains that I never thought imaginable, situations, circumstances that I never thought would happen to me or be in my
Mhm.
life.
Right.
And when I'm in those valleys, there are days where I do feel like I want to melt into the ground and just go away. Not go away like something bad happened to me and forever be gone, but I don't know where to run to, which corner to run to, which room in the house to go to, how to make the pain in my heart and my soul mend and be better.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it's necessarily a quote, but there are so many times when I'm in that valley and I give myself a little pep talk, like I'm my 5-year-old self. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, you've got this. You've got this. Breathe. You've got this. Like, you can do this. Come on. You got this. Shake it off. And
Mm-hmm.
And I give myself a couple moments, and I hit the reset button. I try and teach my husband and kids, learning to hit the reset button when you're in a valley is not a
Mm,
gift you are born with. It is
mm,
something, it is a practice, it is something that you have to, just like you were saying, from the brain's perspective, like from a neurologic perspective, from a neuroscience, behavioral psychology perspective, we are our brains are wired a certain way, and we have to train our brains to function in a different way to get out of that valley.
yeah.
I refuse to be stuck in the valley. And
Mm,
if I had a mother who got stuck in the valley during a family tragedy, and my mother unfortunately was never able to recover from that valley. And I promised myself, even before that, that I was never going to be that person. And then seeing her do it, I
mm,
really don't ever want to be in the valley, because
mm,
it drags everyone down around you and it
mm,
brings no good and it doesn't change what's happened. You can't undo it. And that's not the loss of a loved one, doesn't mean, in order to honor that person and honor that person's life, I think you need to live your best life. You need
yeah.
to try harder to live and experience life and make the most of it, and not necessarily focus on what could have been and what should have been. I always say shoulda, coulda, woulda is not in my repertoire. Shoulda, coulda,
Mm,
woulda is not. And the minute I start going down the rabbit hole of shoulda, coulda, woulda,
mm-hmm. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really, truly appreciate you, Shide. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for sharing parts of yourself with us. I really, truly appreciate you. And for every beautiful human being listening to this, when it gets dark, when it gets confusing, come back to compassion and kindness for yourself.